Welcome on, and happy new to week I don't know. Sarah makes a mess in the kitchen. Today, I cook for you. Today we are going to make baked popcorn chicken with maple Dijon dipping sauce. If you don't have the stuff to make the maple Dijon dipping sauce, don't fret, dude. Eat with it with whatever sauce you want. Ketchup, you might have mustard. You could just use a sauce you have in your house. This is a very good recipe for just making little chicken bites. Also, the woman who wrote this recipe went on to say that if you want, you can make these all the way up through the breading step, put them in the freezer, freeze them, and then put them in a bag and just basically eat them straight from the freezer. I mean, cook them. Don't like eat them frozen. That's what a crazy person would do. But cook them, but eat them. So let's say maybe you have too much chicken or you're not gonna eat it all at once. You could cook half, save half, totally legit. You can do it. It's not what I will be doing here, but please know that that is an option for you. All right. Step number 1, we are going to preheat our oven, which is on this side of my kitchen. We're on the other side of the kitchen. I do have 2 sides to my kitchen. We're gonna preheat our oven to 425 degrees. You're gonna wonder why we live in the Northeast where it's so hot. Step number 2, we're going to get some cooking spray. Also, I can tell it's really humid because our cuckoo clock slows down. When it's less humid, it usually keeps the time pretty well, but right now it's about 2 minutes behind because it's such a precise instrument made with wood that the joints get really swollen and the clock can't keep time as well. So it was keeping time really well and now less well because humidity. Okay. Step number 2, you're going to take some tin foil, aluminum foil, whatever you want to call it. You're going to cover a cookie sheet, baking sheet of your choosing. Then we are going to spray the aluminum foil with Pam spray or whatever. This is mostly just to make sure it does not stick. So you're gonna spray it and set it aside. Oh my God, get ready. That means they have to close the doors. I don't know. Oh, let's see what Jamie's got going on here. Hold on. Jamie, you cooking with us today?
I'm watching. We got back to it.
What was that?
We got back to it. Kid, we got back to it. I'm watching tonight.
You got what tonight?
Watch it because we got back to it.
Oh, okay. You're just gonna watch it? Okay. Where'd you go?
We moved stuff to the new house.
Oh my goodness, you're moving this weekend?
Yeah, we moved stuff already. Cause it's empty.
Holy moly, that's big news.
But moved the clothes today.
Okay, cool.
Pictures went, so the clothes went.
All right, cool. Guess what? I'm putting you on mute now. I mean, it doesn't matter. He'll keep talking whether he's on mute or not. He don't care. So anyway, I'm gonna spray this because if I don't do it now, I'll definitely forget. And you know, a generous spray. If you're going to freeze these, I would not spray it. I would just put them on the sheet. Don't spray it because the spray is gonna make it go everywhere. So there you go. I have what we call in my house chick chubs, which is one day I guess I just went crazy and instead of calling it chicken chunks, I called it chick chubs. So I have pre-chubbed my chicken. However, as I'm unopening it, I'm gonna take a look. If the pieces look too big, I might cut them. Like this piece, that's too big. So let me just kind of like take a look here, see what we got, because we don't want big pieces because those will take forever to cook. Sometimes the QC on this is not great. I am not the chicken chubber though, so you know, sometimes you get what you get. So some of these pieces are great, and some of these, like, what, like, why is this one whole piece? What the heck? Guess that's what happens when James gets distracted when he's doing things. No, I really can't fault him. He is very good. He cuts up this chicken because I think it's gross, and now I'm cutting it anyway. I still think it's gross. But yeah, so, you know, pound and a half, whatever you got. Now my hands are slimy. I should wash them. Always wash your hands a lot when you're dealing with gross chicken, because it's chicken and it's gross. Oh, guys, I feel like, so back in the CrossFit gym, very exciting, right? But I also feel like I've been sweating too much, and I'm like sweating out essential liquids in my brain. So today when I came home from a 12:30 class, which I do not normally take, I took a shower. While I was in the shower, I was just thinking about lunch. And then when I actually had lunch, I ate a whole bunch of pickles first, because I was starving. Then I ate some olives second, because starving. And then I finally decided, oh, I should probably have some real food. And then I had some Baby Bell cheese and crackers. Wasn't real food. And then I had like a little container of Annie's mac and cheese that you made in the microwave. So I'm all crazy weird today. All right. So I just have my chicken on my cutting board. I'm going to season it with some salt and pepper, kind of, you know, generously season it. You also can or can't, you're choosing, put Cajun seasoning on it. I think this is the only thing I do with this Cajun seasoning. When you look on the ingredients, it's red pepper, black pepper, thyme, celery seed, paprika, garlic, and onion. I don't know, gives it a little kick, not super spicy, but I'm gonna just kind of like shake this on top of my chicken because that's what we're gonna do. All right, I'm going to get my stations ready. I'm gonna have bowl number 1, in which I will put in 2 eggs with 2 tablespoons of water. So I will crack those, and then I will whisk the eggs together, and then I'll put water in there with them. Water basically just thins it out. It doesn't really do anything monumental, so if you forget it, who the hell cares? You know what? It'll be fine. It will be fine. I have other people saying that now, and I'm kind of like, oh, geez, what did I do? All right, so put in our 2 tablespoons of water. Perfect. Like I said, I'm gonna give these a little whisk. Whisk, 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 whisk. So it's incorporated. Just using a fork, not doing anything wackety. All right, that's bowl number 1. In bowl number 2, I'm going to put in 1.5 cups of panko breadcrumbs. Is it really gonna be 1.5 cups? I don't know. It's gonna be like a cup and a bit. Here's the thing. Doesn't really matter as long as you get all your chicken coated. So panko or whatever you have there. I can feel sweat dripping down my face, on the sides of my face. So in bowl number 2, I have some panko breadcrumbs. I'm also gonna go the extra mile and put some of this Cajun seasoning in my panko breadcrumbs. Again, optional. It adds a little zing, not a lot. So if you don't have it, it's not a big deal. Just shake this around. All right. I'm now going to flip this chicken on my cutting board over so I can season the other side. Then I get to play my next fun game, wash my hands. If James was here, I would make him help me do this, but since I am a one-man band right now, I will do this myself. Where is James Woods, you may ask? No idea. I mean, he's on his way home from work. It's not like he ran away. At least I hope not. I mean, if he did, that would be kind of silly. Where's he gonna go? I don't know. He probably doesn't know either. All right. So I am now going to season the other side of my chicken. So what we're going to do once our chicken is seasoned is we're going to dunk it in the egg mixture. We're going to put it in the panko. Make sure you get panko all over it. And you got to put it on your baking sheet. I know, right? Super cool. So that's going to be fun. And then we shall bake it. So I'm just putting some little Cajun seasoning on here. Neat. All right. Get out of the way, fork. No one asked for you. So, like I said, first egg, which I promise, guys, one day I'll get my camera. It's, I don't know, being made. I'm not really sure. So if you have children, this is actually a really great recipe for them because they can really help. Because you can just be like, here you go, put some panko on these bad boys. And you really want to get good coverage on your chicken because the panko makes it nice and crispy and delicious. So I am just covering these two pieces, which I will show you once I am done. I'll get in there. So as you can see, pretty well coated. And then I'm just going to line them up on my baking sheet. We will cook these for 10 minutes or so. We'll cook 5 minutes, then we'll flip them over, and then we'll cook them for another 5. I mean, 5 to 6, really depends on the size of your chicken. My chicken's pretty smallish, so 5 to 6 is probably fine. Also, you can, put more than one piece of chicken in this egg mixture at a time. You don't have to do it one at a time, so I just put a bunch in. Now I'm flipping them. Oh my God. So yeah, what else is new? CrossFit gym opened back up again. That's exciting. The Yukon Dairy Bar is open up again. That's super exciting because I don't know about y'all, but why am I saying y'all? Ice cream. We need to be able to go out for ice cream. Is there anything better in the summer than real good ice cream? I don't think there is. So I'm really excited for the Dairy Bar to open back up. They are doing curbside pickup, which should be good because sometimes there's people in there that are just asking too many questions. And it's listen, it's ice cream. Just order vanilla, chocolate. You don't have to be what's in Senior Scoop? Which, by the way, changes every year. So I get why people will get confused, but you don't know, just don't order. So yeah, so they're opening back up, and the ice cream barn, which is a thing, that also opened back up. We haven't been to the ice cream barn yet, but maybe this weekend. The problem with the ice cream barn is it closes really kind of early. So if you're not thinking of it, you really have to commit to going because it closes at 9. So you can't be 8:45 and be oh, let's go get ice cream, which used to be the selling feature of the Dairy Bar because they were open till 11 because they knew one thing. It was that dumb college kids or me really wanted to eat ice cream at 11 o'clock at night. It's just a great time to eat ice cream. Also, interestingly, being back at the gym, everyone's do you know how much ice cream I've eaten? Which I think if anybody is the winner of COVID, it is ice cream because sure have eaten a lot of it. I think our dog just ran into the door because he expected it to be open. Oh my God, there he goes. James just came home, so now Benjamin is losing it. He's oh my God, my dad is home. I never thought he'd come home, but here he is. And I wanted to tell Mama, but she shut the door. Sorry, buddy. You just been outside for a few hours, so sometimes I wonder what he's doing out there. Mostly he's sitting in his pig hole. Still breading this chicken. Still working on it. Breading's going well. Hi, James boys. How are you? How was your day of work? Oh, it was fine, he says. I know James boys got up early to do taxes for somebody because he's a nice man. I did not get up early. Although I did get up early yesterday to bring a friend to CrossFit. Yeah, I have CrossFit friends, guys, now. People that I talk to and see. It took a while. I got some cross friends, man. Oh boy, Prancy Pony is. Oh, he has a toy and he's prancing. Now he's gonna come into me and be like, Mama, would you like to throw this for me? No, I'm sorry, buddy. Yeah, as I am sticking this chicken, you guys have no choice but to listen to me talk. So, sides for this. So I found some grits that we bought last year when we went to Charleston. We went to this place, which if you've never been to Charleston, highly recommend. Really lovely little place. Kind of cool old historic city. Really, like, you can go down Rainbow Row, which has all these very pretty houses that are painted all sorts of pretty colors, and obviously, you know, ghosts and shiz. But we went to this restaurant called Miller's All Day, which their general premise was that they serve breakfast all day long, and they also had a photo booth that took digital photos. So, like, you could print it out, but also they would send them to you digitally. So Miller's All Day. They served a lot of grits, which grits are delicious. Never had grits, not really sure what you're waiting for. You're definitely missing out. So they are made, Pam and I talked about this earlier. Looks like there's a process to make the grits. I don't even remember the word to make the grits. But all you need to know is I bought some grits when I was there, and I probably forgot I had them. So today, when I was looking for the panko breadcrumbs that I desperately hoped that I had, I found my bag of grits. So I am making the unicorn grits. They are unicorn grits because they are purple. They're made from like purple or blue corn or whatever. So grits are 1 part grit to 4 parts water, which is a lot of water. And I had to cook them up to a simmer and then let them sit for a half an hour, because apparently you're supposed to let them soak overnight, which, like, who has time to think about that beforehand? Not freaking me. Then you cook them again in the soaking water and let them sit for a half an hour. And then, you guessed it, you cook them again for a half an hour, and that's when you add in some milk and some butter. So these are like serious grits. So if you go on my Instagram, Sarah makes mess, you can see my purple unicorn grits, and I will definitely take a picture once they are cooked. What are you gonna have, James Boyce? There's a sip in there. I think there's a force of will. We're like running to the end of our beer stock here. This is bad. James Boyce is having a sip of sunshine, which I can tell you right now, it's 80 degrees in this house. One does not need a sip of sunshine because it is hot AF. The dog really wants you to play with him. Why don't you throw the stick? Oh my God, the dog's, oh, he tried to take the toy outside. Poured it again. All right, this is like my last 2 pieces of chicken, so you guys don't have to hear me babble on anymore, because once we get this chicken in, we'll cook it for 5 minutes. Like I said, we'll flip it. We'll cook it for 5 more minutes, but we can make our dipping sauce, which again, like I said, if you have the stuff to make dipping sauce, great. You want to use something else? Fine, who cares? The world is your oyster. You can do, it's your cheese oyster, it's your regular oyster, it's the summer oyster, it's whatever you want it to be. So this panko now is kind of gerby and sticky. It's fine. All right, cool. Gonna wash my hands one more time. James looks like he's gonna kill a bug with my brand new Food Network magazine. Sorry, Food Network. But I mean, really, why does anyone have a magazine other than to smash creatures with it? I'm not really sure. Oh, it's very precise what he's doing. Everyone comes here for my exciting play-by-play. Which, by the way, I told my mom this weekend when I saw her that people thought I was funny. And she seemed confused by the idea that people think I'm funny. Which, what the hell? I think I'm pretty freaking funny. So she was kind of like, people tune in to watch you because you're funny? Yeah, Mom. People turn in to watch me because I'm funny. She's not on the call. Yeah. All right. Let me show you the chicken. Do a little turn. So here's all my chickens. My chickens. They're on a my my baking sheet. They're going in the oven. I will set a timer for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. All right, timer 5. 5. Cool. All right. So now our next step is think about why you didn't have to do that before. No, that's not our next step. Our next step is to make our dipping sauce, which is a maple Dijon dipping sauce. For that, we will need, and hold on to your hats, maple syrup, yogurt, and Dijon mustard. So we will need a 1/2 cup of maple syrup, no, don't do that. It's a 1/4 cup of maple syrup, a 1/4 cup of Greek yogurt, and 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. 1/4, 2. Do not do half. That would be silly. Just do a 1/4. So, yeah. My measuring cup. Let me get my Dijon. Let me get my Greek yogurt. Let me get my dog's running around. I don't have much maple syrup left, but it's all right because my fantastic sister-in-law, her brother makes maple syrup. So I did buy some from her, and I will use that once this maple syrup is gone. So if you would like fresh Connecticut maple syrup, I know a guy. I mean, I know a girl who knows a guy, but I know a guy. So there you go. I am going to make this just in a little bowl. Don't need to get crazy. Make it in this little green bowl. So I did a 1/4 cup of maple syrup. Let me get a spatula. Maple syrup goes without saying, it's sticky AF and will stick to everything. Plus you gotta kind of like combine it. So 1/4 cup maple syrup into the cup. Could you eat just maple syrup and yogurt? I mean, yeah. Is that a dinner? No? Yes. No. That's my ding dang grits. They sat for a 1/2 hour. So once I do this, I will then play grit fun. Actually, I'll probably wait till I'm done because that'll be too many things. That's how I'm going to screw up my very important unicorn grits. Nobody wants that. 1/4 cup of Greek yogurt. Boink. This week, I'm using Fage. That's what I bought because I used all of my Trader Joe's Greek yogurt, but hopefully we're going to Trader Joe's tomorrow. So I will be able to get more Trader Joe's Greek yogurt, which is personally my favorite because it's way cheaper than Fage. But Fage would be my second favorite, although the Cabot's not bad either. Everything is sweating, myself included. Everything is sweating. Everything is really uncomfortable. Everything is sweating. Wow, guys. Quite musical episode. That wasn't as good as I hoped. Still Greek yogurt. No. All right. 2 tablespoons Dijon mustard, which I always give a good shake because you know sometimes it kind of separates because mustard is weird like that. Mustard turned into the Mad Hatter. I don't. Maybe it was all those pickles. No, they were really good pickles. They were tipsy pickles, which means they were made with bourbon barrel aged rum, and they're bread and butter pickles, which normally I wouldn't eat, but they're actually pretty good. All right, so I have my Greek yogurt, my Dijon mustard, and my maple syrup. Let me give that a little stir. Stir, 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 stir. You really want to make sure that you break up the Greek yogurt. It's not too clumpy. Right now it's a little clumpy and that looks gross. We don't need that. We don't need that. Stir. All right, let's see. Oh my gosh, guys. 10 seconds left on the chicken. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn off this timer before it goes off. I'm going to take a pair of tongs. I'm going to flip each piece of chicken over individually. I'm gonna put it back in for 5 minutes. Then I will check it yet again. But this just helps your chicken to cook evenly. Oh, hey chicken, what up, baby? Flip that chicken. You should see at this point, like as I'm flipping them, the pieces, some of the pieces, I think it depends on if they were in the cooking spread, are going to be like a little golden brown. Nope, no, excuse you. Thank you. You know, try to flip them in a logical way so you know which ones you flipped and which ones you didn't. Don't be me. Never be me. Always be you. Again, nah. Also helps to have mostly flat pieces. That way, there's definitely a top and there's most assuredly a bottom. All right. 5 minutos. Back in. You're back so soon. So yeah, after 5 minutes, we'll check that chicken. And it's not done. Give it a little bit longer. If it is done, bingo bongo, it's time for chicken. And you're all set. So very easy recipe. It's just chicken. Don't tell me I'm running out of time, rude Zoom. Yeah, very delicious, very easy. I will obviously let everyone know how my unicorn grits turn out, because now I am on the final stage of unicorn grittiness. I don't know what that means. I give you the instructions sewn to the bag, which is kind of weird. So now I will whisk the grits until they begin to thicken and slowly add the milk, whisking often, and to continue to cook on low for 30 minutes. So if I was not hosting a cooking class, my timing would be much better, but here we are, and it's not, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. But yeah, that's all from me this week. So thank you, everyone. Maybe next week I'll make a salad because it's just too damn hot for this, right? Yeah. And that's all. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me. And until next week, farewell.